What's good, guys? It's your boy IvorBrynMike here, back with another league racing video here, this time for round number 1 of ISRL, a brand new league for me to compete in to get used to no assists. And this is actually going to be a pretty decent place for me to actually build confidence, since the pace here is not as good as what it is in TMC, so I'm going to be able to battle with a lot more people, get my wheel to wheel racing up and in a much better position as we are on our first flying lap here. Our previous runs were all invalidated, so we're just here now trying to get a lap on the board. We're under a bit of pressure, 9 minutes to go in the session, so we need something on the board, and whether it's competitive or not, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be a time there for me to work off. And you can see we were 3 times down in the first sector compared to the provisional pole man G Burglar. So we are going to be trying to get as close to him as possible, but second sector we are just under 8 times down on him as we have to run through the infamous fast left right, where it's so easy to lose your car and just spear off into the wall. But we managed to negotiate it pretty decently as we are now in the final sector, and just carrying the speed up as we have a little bit of a lock up there into the penultimate corner, and we're going to come around the final corner, DRS wide open. What kind of lap time is this going to be? It is going to be a 22.3, so not massively off. We were about 5 tenths off G Burglar, as we are going to go again at the end of the session to try and improve. And as we do, I'll just give you guys a bit of a heads up. I mean, all of my league races, I do stream them on Twitch, so twitch.tv/IvorBrynMike, as we are a 10th up there, a 10th and a half up just in turns 1 and 2. So a good showing so far as we lock up and lose quite a bit of time there on the exit of turn 3 as we go wide into turn 4, and that's all of our time loss. And we are now a 10th down, so from going 2 tenths up in the first 2 corners to being a 10th down, but there on the exit of turn 6 we pretty much gain all our time back. And as we now break down into this right hander, we are now up by around about half a tenth as we are on the run now into the fast left right as we turn in just a bit too early, and that is our session completely over and done with. And the 22.3 is going to be our lap time. So yeah, it was okay lap, but we know there was definitely more out there. We could have challenged G Burglar and Klumberg for the front row as we go now to the 5 red lights. Lights are out and we are underway for round number 1. We get an okay start compared to Mario, but Mason Harris gets a fantastic start. 3 wide up ahead, 3 wide between us 3, and Mario goes off into the grass, so we get around the outside of him, and a VSC comes out almost immediately. So we don't really lose any positions, just Mason and Mario who swap positions, as now VSC has ended. And look at the run we got on Mason Harris here as we come out the fast left right, and we are going to be able to go down his inside here, but he does brake a lot later than me and carries it around the outside. So a great defensive move there from Mason Harris as he just swoops around the outside, and that is a fantastic move from the man in the Ferrari. So as I go very deep there in the final corner as we try to get ourselves into the rhythm to get back at this. So it's going to take until the end of lap 2, beginning of lap 3 before we're in the position to really attack Mason here. So we get a pretty decent run. He gets a little bit of a snap, I think, on the exit of turn 2, and that gives us a run down the inside into turn 3, but we gotta leave him the room. He's there, and because of it he's able to go clean around our outside of turn 2 after the inside for 3. He goes deep on the exit of 3, and I mean, I got the corners wrong, but it's still great racing. But yeah, Mason Harris did, doing absolutely everything he can, just placing his car, carrying the speed so well. And as we go down the inside there, we lock up and he gets a lovely little switchback on us. And that has put us off once again. As we move on to the next lap, we got DRS now, so this should help us get back at him as he immediately to the racing lengths. He knows that it is all over, but he's going to outbrake us once again into turn 3, but this time we are ahead enough that we can just cruise around the outside of turn 4 and get that move done. And that is us now up into P5 after 4 laps, and we started to gap the cars behind us then and just go about our business. But as you can see, we just lose the traction there on the exit of turn 3, and that's a red front wing, but Mario retires and that's a safety car. So if there was ever a perfect time for a safety car for me, that was it. As soon as I make the mistake and I lose the back end, go off into the wall, the safety car comes out and pretty much saves my race. As we have Isaiah now ahead of us, who's going to get slowed up a bit by Annihilator ahead, and you can see we're all over his gearbox trying to just carry a bit of speed through, and we're going to be under pressure from Joseph Cozzi behind. So is he going to look for a move? No, he's going to think better of it, but you can see Eisen, he is just not keeping up with the guys ahead. He has had an awful restart and that has compromised us as well. So we need to get past this Toro Rosso ASAP. And is it going to happen here? Are we going to have a little pop into turn 6? Or are we going to think better of it? As we have a bit of a run here, but it's not enough, so we chuck it into the lane, save a bit of fuel, but we are very late on the brakes there, just missing our braking point, and we almost go straight into the back of the Toro Rosso. As now we got Cozzi trying down our inside. We're going to be side by side for the fast left right, so we're going to hang it around the outside, carry the speed through, and we are able to defend that place fantastically.
I actually was able to pull it off around the outside, so I'm quite happy with that.
As you heard me in the chat, just saying I was quite happy with that around the outside, and I was incredibly happy with that because I didn't think I was going to be able to pull that off. But here we go now on to lap 13. We're going to get past Eisen right here down the inside into turn 1. We'll try and give him the room on the exit, but we get that move done. And Eisen, he is going to try again around the outside, so we're going to try and hold it here down the inside, but he was not as close to us as what Mason Harris was previously. And speaking of Mason Harris, he is the next car ahead, and it doesn't take us long to catch up to the back of him, as we seem to have much better pace than the Ferrari ahead. And here we go for the fast left right, and he just spears off into the wall, just showing how dangerous the curb is on that corner. And I believe his DNF will cause a safety car, as you got cars going past him.
Big issue with this track.
Actually no, it is Maz. So Maz crashing out at exactly the same spot as Mason, and that brings out a second safety car, which is unbelievable. So we stayed out on the mediums, but you can see how cold my tyres are. The race leader, he's about to get us restarted, and he just loses the car on the restart. So we are now up into P2, and that I can only put down to him just slowing up the pack too much, not really focused on his tyre temps, and that has cost him there. But I gotta be careful until my tyres get nice and warm, which is why I tried to keep the tyre temp screen open for a while so I can get some temps into one. And here we go now on to lap 19. We got Annihilator trying to really force his way down the inside. It's not, there's no room there.
There's nothing there.
He's trying it down the inside when I've got it completely covered, and
Doing.
yo, Annihilator just needs to be a bit patient, or have a bit of common sense. If there's no room there, you don't go for it.
Honestly, what the hell is that man doing?
And that unfortunately did put me off a bit, so I had to kind of get myself back into the rhythm. So we're on lap 26 to 29 as we are catching up to Klumberg. We got Mex behind us, and you see I just lose the back end there on the exit of turn 5, and we turn in too early for 6, and that's a 3-second time penalty. And that is big news, because I know Klumberg does not have a penalty at this point, and now is when I'm going to check to see if Mex has that penalty.
Driver in front.
But we do have a bit of a gap to Jordan JT behind us, so hopefully we can do some good work here. We got 5.3 seconds to him,
Right, he doesn't have a time
and
penalty, which means I
in
do
the
have to
next
get
lap
past
Mex managed to get past Klumberg, but here we go now, and look at the run we get out of the fast left right
the place to
as
do it.
we got
Got a run.
DRS, and we're going to go down the inside. We're there, but he turned in as if we
for
wasn't
Christ's
even
sake.
there, and he has tagged us, and we have gone around. Honestly, I've looked at slow-mo footage of it, and he has just turned into the apex as if I wasn't even there. So at this point, I'm already like, okay, the safety car was out a few laps ago. I'm just gonna retire, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to keep this going. So I come into the pits, and yeah, I retire, completely rage out of it, and you'll see the race results which I had to get from the live stream on ISRL YouTube channel, and I'll link that in the description as well. But you can see the results here. DNF'd all the way down in 13th place, so not a great showing from me, but well, actually it was a pretty decent showing from me. I was on for the podium, but unfortunately, you know, against new guys racing, sometimes you need to know how to race each other, and that's what I'm going to put it down to. You know, just a bit of inexperience with other drivers, and not knowing how to race with other people. But I'm excited to continue in this league. I do feel that I've got the pace to win a few races here, and we'll see how I get on in the future races. Next up, I believe, is Baku, and last time we was there was in TMC, and it didn't go well in TMC, but I'm hoping for better here in ISRL. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this live this commentary voiceover thingamajigamabob, as I'm just running out of words, so I'm just rambling on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this highlight video, and if you want to catch any of these races live, don't forget you can always jump on over to twitch.tv/IvorBrynMike to watch these races live. I currently compete in 4 leagues, one on Friday TMC, Saturday INL, and then 2 on Sundays, which this is one of them at 5 PM UK time. So if you're interested in seeing how I do in this particular league, jump on over at 5 PM. But until the next video, guys, I've been IvorBrynMike, and we'll catch you in the next one.